In today's BTG episode, Anita's twist to an upcoming annual event could help heal old wounds. Bill buys his wife some peace of mind. Hayley is rattled by a run-in with Joey. Madison is upset with Chelsea for butting in. Ted and Leslie revisit the past and agree to be friends. And Tyrell defends Samantha's honor bill shocks Hayley, while she's looking at photos of a house for sale in St. Bart's. She tells him she was dreaming about a beach vacation. He thinks it's a good idea. But she backs down. She says everything is booked solid, so he suggests they buy a vacation home there. They hop online and he mansplains why it's best to buy a beachfront place. He's ready to buy it sight unseen and calls to make an offer. Does just that and then thinks of his vacation home with Danny. He reminisces and she widens her eyes. She recalls Naomi talking about it. He had to give it up in the divorce. She feels bad, but he says it's okay. I've upgraded wives and with that, upgraded vacation homes. 10 seconds later, his offer is accepted. He'll put the deed in Hayley's name. She's flabbergasted and decides to put sex on the table. He has to postpone since he has a conference call. He jogs off. Get updates on the latest posts and more from soapspoilers.com straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising. As outlined in our privacy notice. Nicole and Laura greet Danny and Anita at the Dupree home to discuss the Dupree Heritage Foundation Winterfest. They gush about how they love this. Nita wants to change it. But she was thinking about Barbara and wants proceeds to benefit those in the music industry. With mental health issues, Nicole knows many don't have access to health insurance. They don't want Leslie involved. But Laura doubts she'll stay out of it. They'll have to find a way around it, maybe leave Barbara's name out of it. They discuss what their family is donating, and Danny suggests a reunion concert. Anita says the girls have been touring, but she wants Danny to be the celebrity auctioneer. They wrap things up, and on the way out, Danny stops her sissy and asks about her date. Nicole tells her it didn't go well, and to stop harping on her for dating. She thinks she's only trying to validate herself for rushing into a marriage. Knock it off, she says, and spins around and goes. At the hospital lounge, Kat gives Tomas some vitamins to help encourage blood circulation. You just won't let it go, will you? He's healing in line with what the doctor expected. She just feels so bad. He asks her to back down and stop making this the focal point of their lives. Chelsea appears with Madison and asks Tomas how it's hanging. He sighs at the lame joke and goes. Madison tells her off for opening her big yap, but Kat says it's fine. Madison tells her cousin that her girlfriend is angry with her for something different. They spill the tea about Chelsea butting into Madison's relationship with her estranged, disrespectful mother. Madison stomps off and Kat gives her cousin a cringe look. She tells her off, but Chelsea judges Madison for cutting her mom off. Kat sides with Madison. Chelsea looks in the brown bag and sees the vitamins. Kat explains what they're for, and Chelsea asks if she can't go 1 week without sex. I have been awakened, she says. She still worries. Chelsea thinks she's using it to keep him and tells her to relax. Ted meets Eva at the club for breakfast. He realized how little time they've spent together and is happy she's his staunch supporter. He talks about having to accept that Nicole won't change her mind about him. He'll focus on things he's been neglecting, especially Eva. They chat about his family and he wants her to get to know them. She's concerned they'll all hate her. Ted asks her to call him Dad. Eva's touched by that and tears up. She agrees to it. Okay, Dad. He shares that he thinks she's amazing and he's proud to be her dad. She cries some more, unused to being hyped up. Ted thinks she reminds him of Dana. At Orphe's, Leslie boasts that she collected phone numbers when she went trick-or-treating beyond the gates. She shows John a photo of her angel costume and brags about easing the tension between her and Ted. Jan worries but learns Ted sees them becoming friends. Big attitude shift. He was calmer, she says. Jan says to credit Eva. Leslie won't settle for friendship alone, but she'll see where it goes. It's how it happened the first time around. Jan's stunned. Leslie admits he hurt her in the past. Jan doesn't know how she could go through it again. Leslie moved back for Eva so she could have a place in the Richardson family. Madison visits Nicole for help with Chelsea. She explains her estrangement with her mom and how Chelsea tried to reconcile with them by reaching out to her. She's crossed the line. Nicole tells her to communicate with her. This does the trick. She leaves and Ted turns up to apologize about Carlton. Nicole Was right and he was out of line, he has no business. Telling her who to spend time with. She thanks him, he'll be gracious in defeat. She wonders what happened to him, and he says he overreacted. He sees she's at peace, and he wants to follow her. Lead. He tells her to let Danny know his office will donate the same rejuvenation package to the foundation. Charity. Tomas runs into Eva. She's glad he's up and around. She heard about what happened. He's annoyed at that. He asks after her, and she's doing well. He heard she and Isaiah were hanging out. Eva isn't happy, she told him. Kat needs to mind her business. Tomas tells her that his brother is the cop who tried to put Leslie in jail. Isaiah is Jacob's brother, sons of the chief of police. She had no idea. They only just met. Joey introduces himself to Hayley at Orphe's. They make small talk. He heard she knows Randy Parker. She's startled but denies knowing a Randy. He tells her he saw them on his security camera footage. I asked him about it, and he let me in on your secret. Hayley starts to freak out and threatens to sue for defamation. Joey won't tell Bill. She's having an affair. Hayley bursts into laughter and denies it, but admits she knows an employee of his named Sammy, who drove her to the hospital after a miscarriage. She thanked him for being so kind and couldn't figure out why he'd lie about her. She shames Joey for believing the lies and storms. Leslie stops by the hospital to see how breakfast was with Eva. Ted says she was right, that they bonded, and is calling him Dad. Leslie's startled and moved. Thank you, she says, knowing Eva was missing that her entire life. She embraces him as Nicole walks up. On a call, Vernon tells someone he knows what he's doing. Let me handle this my way. He meets with Sharon at her hotel. Sorry, I'm late. On a call with Shanice. Derek's told to do something soon or she's sure he'll regret it. In walks Ashley, who finds Derek standing. Ashley's thrilled with the news. Martin tells Samantha this is her last day. Samantha can't believe Martin's taking away her dream. Smitty and Tyrell watch, upset as Sam says she hates her dad and stomps out. Smitty calls her back. At the hospital, Ava tells Kat she calls Ted Dad now. Kat tells her father she hopes he enjoys the one daughter he has left. He can't have both. At the club, Joey tells the server that he had Doug killed so he could have his wife to himself. Vanessa's eyes widen in shock, hooked on Beyond the Gates. Join our official Beyond the Gates Facebook group. Get spoilers, recaps, theories, and fan talk all in one place.